Some of the issues might have been anger, right? Some of the issues might have been something else, not listening to their parents or whatever it is. Whatever issue you were dealing with, your parents have to talk to you about it, right? Well, people used to come to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and each of them had issues. You have to remember when we hear about the Sahaba, even though they were the greatest generation and they were the greatest people, after the prophets, the greatest group of people are the princes and messengers of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were the greatest people. But they had issues. They were angels. Angels are creatures that do not disobey Allah. La ya'suna Allah ma amara. Right? The angels do not, when Allah created them, they're in total worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the time they're created until Yawm al-Qiyamah their Allah are taken away and the trumpet is blown. And just to give you an example, some of the angels when they're created, all they do is sujood. For thousands or tens of thousands or millions, however many years it was that they live their life, all they're doing is they're in sujood. Now if you did sujood for 20 minutes, would you feel like you did a good accomplishment?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many of you have been in sujood when you're after thinking, one thing you have to say wrong? Right? Or that last rak'ah where you're in just the shahud and you're not really used to sitting like that, and it's like, oh wow, please make the salah come real quick. Right? Yeah. But if you did your sujood or you did a prayer for say an hour, 2 hours, when you came out, would you think like, mashallah, I did a good job? How many would think that if they did a sujood for 1 hour, that you did a good job? Raise your hand. Okay, 24 hours. Come on.
You get 2 hands.
Just to say, I did a good job. 48 hours? Okay, a year? Some of the angels are in sujood for millions of years, however long, however long. And when they raise their heads, at the end of time, after doing sujood, since before we were created, and they were doing sujood, when they raised their heads, what did they say? It wasn't enough. We didn't worship you Allah as you should have been worshipped.
They had the capacity.
Those are the angels. Now, we're humans. We make mistakes. We don't have that same nature of the angels. And the Sahaba were humans just like us, and they dealt with issues just like we deal with issues. So some of us have anger management issues, right? Who has anger? You don't have to raise your hand. Some people think that they're all wrong, right? Some people have issues in whatever it is. Some people are misers, bakhil, right?
Wait, what happened?
Some people are misers. Well, people would come to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and each of them would have an issue. And he would give them the medicine that they need to be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if they came to him and he could see in their heart that they have anger issues, what advice would he give? That's humble, right? Simple, like a short heading. Not humble, don't be angry. Some people would come to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they would say, what is the best reaction? And he would give them an answer. Now I'm going to ask you, what is the best thing that a Muslim can do?
To have his ibadah accepted by Allah.
To have his ibadah accepted by Allah?
Jihad.
Jihad?
Parents.
What else?
Praying on time.
Praying on time? Inshallah, you guys got it. Remember?
Huh? Why? Oh, why?
Well, the truth is, once you look at the hadith, you see many hadiths. Some of the time, the Prophet ﷺ said that the best action was jihad, or the best action was respecting your parents, or the best action was giving sadaqah, or the best action is praying on time. Well, which one is the best? They're all the best. But one of the subtleties of those, the differences in those hadiths, is that the Prophet ﷺ was speaking to the person that was asking the question. People would say, what is the best of action? And he could see in him that person was a miser, so he would say, you need to get sadaqah. That's what's best for you. Or he would see somebody else who's not being good to their parents, so he would say, being good to your parents, that's the best of action. And so we have to look at ourselves and see what is our weakness. Some people don't have anger management issues, but they might have miser. They might be cheap. Some people might not be cheap because always giving out, always wants to give to his friends and his family first, but maybe has an issue with respecting his parents. I wanted to just close on one hadith.
This is
Prophet
it.
sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to his Sahaba, he asked, أَلَا أُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِأَكْبَرِ الْكَبَائِرِ? Should I not tell you about the worst of the kabir, the worst of the big sin? And the Sahaba said, بَلَا يَا Rasulullah. Yes, O Messenger of Allah. What is the worst sin that a person can do?
Shirk.
What's the worst sin? Shirk.
Sufism.
Associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shirk. And
Did you hear that?
then he said, disrespecting your parents. So those are the two worst sins. So we understand that those are the two worst sins. He said, I think the worst thing is shirk, and then right after shirk is disrespecting your parents. So if we understand that those are the two worst things, what are the two best things?
Opposite.
The opposite. Not doing shirk is the best thing, which is what? So to believe in the oneness of Allah. Riba is worse, yeah, but you find different hadiths speaking about what are your worst things. This one, obviously, he was speaking to people that might have been experiencing some lack of respect for their parents, so he's giving them the medicine that they need. And that's why we have to, when we hear this hadith, we say, how does it apply to me? So he is the best thing. What's the next best thing we should do?
Respecting our
Respect your parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا. And this ayah is used in the same context a number of times in the Quran. Basically, what Allah is saying is that Allah has ordered that you worship only Him and that you be good to your parents. Right after He ordered us to do Tawheed, to believe that there's only one God, and that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah, the next thing that Allah ordered us to do is be good to your parents. And in the Quran, Allah says, how does He say we should speak to them? Do you memorize that ayah?
No.
What's that?
ولا قل قولا سليما. قولا سليما.
قولا كريما.
أو كريما.
What does kareem mean in Arabic?
Take this.
So Allah says, speak to them in a noble way. So what is a noble way? What else? They asked one of the tabi'een, who are the tabi'een?
The students of
People who saw the Sahaba, right? People who came right after the Sahaba. They asked one of the tabi'een, what is the meaning of that ayah? He said, قول العبد الذليل المذنب لسيد الصوت الجليل. It's the way imagine a slave and his master. How is the slave going to speak with his master?
Nice. Kind. You want
Very kind. Wants that very kind, right? Because his master has the ability to
free him.
with him
And free him.
Now imagine that master was a kind master, and the slave was a good slave. The slave would still be speaking kind of softly with him, right? Imagine the master was harsh, and he was mean, and it was easy to get him angry. And the slave, he wasn't a proud slave, he was a weak slave, and he did something wrong. So here's this master that would sometimes get angry with him, even if he didn't do anything. But now the slave actually did something that would deserve the punishment. And so, like, whatever it may be, the master sleeping in his bed, the kid throws a rock on purpose, breaks the window, hits the master in his head, and then the master tells us, come here. Now with that weak, humble, sinning slave comes to his harsh master, how is he going to speak? The master, right? Keep that picture. What's that? Oh yeah, he's going to speak. How is he going to speak? Okay. Because that's the whole kareem that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to speak with our parents. Now, I know for a fact, the majority of us, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, the majority of us, we're not following that rule as it should be followed, right? So what we have to do is we have to make an intention to change. If we know that it's one of the essential parts of the Quran to respect our parents, there's no more oath, right? I said, don't say oath to them, right? And there's going to be a person that comes on Yom Qiyamah. You all know about the scales on Yom Qiyamah, right? All your actions are placed on one. There's going to be one person whose scales are equal, nothing else. There's like his good actions and his bad actions are equal. And then the angel brings one small slip of paper that says oath. Sometimes in life it's also on oath, which would now in America be what in English? That just got written down by the angel. And that oath gets placed on the scale of the bad actions and it outweighs the good actions because oath, if the mountains of the dunya were placed on one side and the oath was placed on the other side, the oath would be heavier. So we have to be very careful the way we speak with our parents and take it as spiritual practice. As the way you're getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for you to get closer to Allah by respecting your parents. Everybody knows the hadith about what's under the feet of the mothers, right? We all know.
Paradise.
School, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
Paradise.
Paradise. What does that mean?
For an angel.
Is it literally under the feet of the mother?
Yes. Maybe.
Jannah is actually under them?
No.
And see, this is why some people, they open the Quran and they read it, and they take everything literally. It says this, that's what it means. So if we're going to take everything literally, then we take the Jannah literally. Jannah is under the feet of the mother. It means that you see like what's under the feet of the mother, and that's how you get to the Jannah. Be like the dirt that's under the feet of the mother. So when you speak to your mother, pretend you're dirt under the feet of your mother, and that will get you to be able to speak that culture. And I'll end up there. We're just all making an intention. We might have been good. We all have all of you, or you're all Muslims, and you're all been good to your parents, but there's always room for improvement. So that's what we're going to do. We're making the intention. And first and foremost, I'm speaking to myself. I'm going to make the intention right here, right now, to be better to my parents. And mabruk to all of you. Mabruk to all of you. The fact that here it is Friday night, and you guys are sitting in the masjid. MashaAllah. That's a big accomplishment, because you know how many people are on the street right now, right? Doing whatever it is, so it's a huge accomplishment, the fact that you are young men in America on a Friday night in the masjid. Say it, alhamdulillah. And it was a pleasure being here.